And good Monday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is not what you normally look at over here to my right. Greg Chatam, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Beautiful day, beautiful day.
It is. We got a lot of special guests coming in this morning we're going to be telling you about. The Lieutenant Governor joining us in just a moment as we get ready for the biggest day in Mississippi tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I imagine there's some hearts racing and blood pressure's up and a lot of excitement going on.
Hopefully all the folks that vote this time are going to be live ones. That's what we're hoping for.
Vote early and often.
That's what they do. Overnight, I just got word a few moments ago. I don't have any more details than this, but at this point in time, we do have somebody that was taken to the hospital in the area for a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Could be an accident. That's what they're saying. So as we get more information on that, we'll be able to pass that along. And another sad thing that Greg, that I wanted to punch out as we start this, we had a death this weekend in the Meridian area. And this is tragedy. A tractor accident. We've heard about those before, but this one, a gentleman on Old Highway 80 West was killed when his tractor overturned and landed on top of him. Officially, no names have been released on this yet.
And we get complacent no matter how long we've been running equipment.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, some of the best been running, and accidents happen. Take your time and remember this family in your prayers.
They need them, Greg. That's I don't know how else to even word it. It could happen to any one of us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So keep them in mind, and as we go about this, and when we get more information on this, we'll pass that along to you to make sure that everybody knows who, what, and how. As we mentioned, we got a special guest here. As we let's pull up this picture here where everybody know it. The Lieutenant Governor. How in the world are you doing, Delbert?
I'm doing great. How you been?
Look, we're looking forward to this. Now, you've been out and about. You just got back to the States, didn't you?
I did, Scotty Ray. We had, it's been about six weeks maybe now. Mississippi National Guard periodically has invited me to go over with them. In 2008, I went over to Afghanistan and Iraq, Kuwait, and then the military hospital. And then in 2018, I went back to Kuwait. And then just this month ago, we were in Germany and in Kuwait up near the Camp Beering up near the Iraqi border. And it's our Mississippi National Guard folks. 4 years ago it was about 4,000 of them. This year is about 2,000 of them, and they're stationed pretty much everywhere from Egypt to Turkey. And they're an unusual group because they're the headquarters company, Scotty Ray. That means they run everything. And they've got an armored group there. They've got helicopters, aviation. They've got a special operations group, which is out of Grenada. And just it's real-time conflict going on. And you'd be really proud. I was able to observe all the things that they're doing all over the Middle East. And it's like Star Wars, just watching what these, 20, 24-year-old and then their colonels and majors and whatnot, what they're doing and how they're operating, and how proud you ought to be of Mississippians that are over literally in harm's way this very minute we're talking. And
the thing about all this is they're there for a reason, and that reason is one of the big ones is coming up tomorrow.
That's right, and that's how I got into this. We in 2008, when I was Secretary of State, I kept looking at the voting totals for the military, and they were abysmal. I mean, we wouldn't vote 10 or 15%. And so I just got on a tear about it and complaining to the Department of Defense. And then they sent me a note that said, come to Washington, bring your pet and dress to be warm. And so I ended up in Afghanistan and Iraq. And making sure that our kids knew, when I came in, we put in where you can electronically vote if you're in the military overseas, just like if you were in Meridian.
That's good.
Yeah, and it's one of the leading ones in the country. And I was over promoting, look, you can get up and it'll be just like you were in the Lauderdale County box, wherever you were voted. It'll come to that, and the clerk will put it in that box, and you'll be counted on Election Day. So that started at an 8, and then I've been with it pretty much ever since, as long, most recently a few weeks ago.
So as always, you want to urge folks to get out and vote tomorrow. No matter what side of the fence you're on, you want them to vote.
Yeah, and I have a thing. when people call to complain at the office about this, that, or the other, I always ask them, "Did you vote?" And I don't ask them who they voted for. That doesn't really matter to me, one way or another. But if they say, "Well, we didn't get to vote, we had this reason or this excuse," I say, "Well, my secretary's right here, and she'll meet with you."
You're right.
And if you voted, you need to tell me exactly what you want me to do.
That's what's important. Well, look, we appreciate you talking with us this morning. But again, the poll's going to be open in the morning. Of course, you're running for re-election as well.
Right. They're open at 7 a.m., and we're expecting a good turnout. It's never quite what it should be, Scotty Ray. There's 1.8 million registered voters in Mississippi, and we'll be good if we get over 50% of them to come. And when you think about where our men and women are, there are people from Meridian and Lauderdale County in the Middle East somewhere in danger.
True.
How do you not go get in your truck and spend 15 minutes and vote? It's like you're saying you're not important to them. And without them, you wouldn't have a truck and you wouldn't be able to go vote. Every country they're in, Scotty Ray, does not have the opportunity to elect its commander-in-chief. And here we do. When you vote for the governor here, he gets to name who's head of the Mississippi National Guard. And that's it's a direct appointment. So very rarely do we have a military and a civilian group that can actually vote for who's going to be their leader. And tomorrow's the day. So you ought to go vote.
We appreciate it. And thanks for taking the time, giving us a call, and we'll push everybody and remind them to go vote. And you have a good day in Jackson today.
Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Again,
Bye-bye.
Our Lieutenant Governor joining us this morning, and what a nice guy he was to call in and remind everybody to vote. And that is important. Greg, our troops.
People are fighting and dying every day to protect that right. And I agree with what he said. People, they want to complain, and I'll complain.
We all do.
We all do. But if you don't vote, hush.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That is your right. If you don't go vote, you can't complain about things. And we all love to complain. Boy, that's our pastime.
I start early usually.
Look, did you bring me an extra hat?
No.
Where'd you get that now? What's that say?
My wife ordered that. That's Greg's fireworks.
Man.
It's getting that time.
It is. Well, I hate she didn't think of me like she did you.
Well, we've been married for 29 years yesterday. By the way, belated happy anniversary to my
29?
wonderful wife. Yeah, if she'd have shot me instead of married me, she'd have been out by now.
That's a heap of. And Odie, didn't he? When's his?
Today, I believe, is Odie's anniversary. I think he and Amy have been married 2 years. And then we have Alan and Stephanie Little that's been married 2 years today.
So what I just learned about this, and Nick is sitting across the room, and I'll just ask this. Nick, how many years have you been married?
I believe about 6 or 7. One thing about me and my wife, she has, as far as Christmas, birthdays, anniversary, we've never given each other a gift. And I know the first year that we got married, I thought it was a joke. Like I had some stuff in the back just in case she was joking for me. But we generally try to go on a trip. That's what we like to do. I think that's what Odie likes to do. And
so how many years did you say?
6 years.
6 years. Now, at somewhere around 10, it's not as important. Let's just go ahead and get
It is important. Don't say it's not important or you're going to be headed to buy something. It is, but it just, when kids come along and life happens and you get busy.
Let me back up. Let me tell you, me and Angie were married 33 years on Friday. Okay. And so I was busy all day, and somewhere around Friday night, she needed something. And I rarely ride anywhere. I got to actually ride in her new car. And you know what we done for our anniversary?
Waffle House?
Popeye's chicken, baby.
There you go. Well, it's the little thing.
And it was the $2.99 special where you got 2 wings and a roll. And, I was happy. I come back to work out here.
The little things mean a lot. No reservations required.
That's fun.
Well, I guess eventually you need to go. I don't think we've ever done that honeymoon getaway like Odie's doing, where he's being pulled around by nose ring. I mean,
Well, you got to remember, Odie's been on a couple of them. I mean, he's
That's
celebrating his 30th anniversary. It's just the 5 or 6 different women.
better watch him, Amy. Hang on to him. It is already 10 minutes after 7 as we get this day again. A big thank you to Greg joining us. Listen, we got to put up the comments who's out there. Oh, there we go. Everybody's there.
From Philadelphia. And, oh, man, got people from everywhere.
Oh, move your mic a little closer. We're saying they can't get it a little closer to your face there so we're going to be able to hear Greg now.
All right.
There we are. All right, we'll be right back. More coming up. Nick's in the house. We'll talk about voting. He wants to be judge. Here comes the judge. We'll find out if that's going to happen tomorrow or not. All on the way. Scotty Ray and Greg.
Hello, I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm running for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. Many of you may know me from the UPS store, which I owned and operated for over 13 years. I'm a family man and a businessman. The Board of Supervisors is the business board of Lauderdale County. I have the business background and experience needed to be a valued member of this board. I am financially conservative and believe we should live within our means. I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking for your vote for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Greg Chatam, who is filling in for Odie while Odie is
Romancing.
Yes, romancing the stone.
You don't reckon he carried a sack of rocks like Ernest T. Bass, do you? I mean, they got the same haircut.
They do. No, that really now puts a different look of Odie. Every time I think of him, I'm thinking Ernest T. Ernest T.
He may be wooing her with his charm.
Oh, I bet there's some charm going on. I got a picture from you. You may have gotten it too. When I guess they were walking uphill,
right?
And she'd done left him behind. He said, "God help me, I'm out of breath." Oh, nothing like those good. And everything in the Smoky Mountains is. Boy, if I had to go up to, what is that tower thing that they've got up there that you can see like 7 states from?
Klingman's Dome?
Yeah. Klingman.
Klingman's Dome?
Yeah, Klingman's Dome.
I don't know how it got its name, but I don't ever intend on going back there again.
We were in Chattanooga last weekend, and first time I'd ever been to Rock City. You know, you all used to see those barns all along the highways. It was very interesting.
Have you thought about doing that campaign for your fireworks stand? See Greg's fireworks on barns. Have you really seriously? It'd catch on.
There's no barns anymore. Everybody goes to Walmart to get their cow.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I hadn't thought about that. It is a dying breed. The barns are going away.
That's right. That's right. But I can remember as a kid, you know, you going down the highway and see Rock City. It seemed like it was everywhere you looked. See Rock City.
That probably was the greatest promotional idea that was ever hatched. I truly believe that.
And we had been through there, been by there 50 times and had never stopped. You're always in a hurry to get to Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, you know. Well, we did the Rock City and, you know, stuff like that last week, Ruby Falls.
Oh, that's pretty stuff. We'll talk about that.
I didn't know it was underground. Nobody told me
Until
that.
you got there.
I thought we were going out in the forest to look at a waterfall. I don't like underground.
Isn't that thing like 1,500 feet below or 1,200 or something?
It said it was the height of the Empire State Building.
That's kind of
below
spooky.
ground.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky, spooky. I don't want to go back there either now that you bring that
I
up.
figure I'll spend enough time underground later on. I really don't want to start.
We're
now.
praying for you. We're praying for you. Hey, look, his daddy done said hello. Your daddy, Gus, said hello to you
Gosh.
today.
Well, good morning, Dad. Good morning, Hayes.
Look, tell me this. You're running for District 1 Justice Court Judge.
Yes, sir.
If me or Greg over here were to break the law, what kind of law would we have to break to stand in front of you?
Speeding ticket, DUIs,
ooh.
I could sue you for not giving me the right amount of airtime. That'd be a
There you
civil,
go.
all kind of different things, that come through justice court. But mainly, like I said, your traffic, your DUIs, any kind of personal disputes.
Up to
is
what kind of money?
$3,500 is
So
the
there's a
maximum.
good chance a lot of people could be standing in your courtroom. Can you get a little argument? And
Absolutely, and it's regular. Like today's arraignment day at court. You come in.
Raymond P. Davis Day? Or what?
Yeah, something like that. Or you just come into court and today you'll come in and declare whether you're guilty or innocent. If you're guilty, if you claim, to let them know you're guilty, you get to go see the clerk. They'll work you up a payment plan and get you going. If you say that you're guilty, then they say, excuse me.
Not guilty.
Yeah, if you're not guilty, they work you up a little payment plan. If you want to contest it, they set you up a date to come to court, and then you'll come on a Tuesday. Tuesday is typically your criminal day. You see
Now, let me ask this, because I don't know. Greg, am I not right? Up to $3,500. You can spend more than that on the attorney, couldn't you?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling y'all, be thinking about this before you go to court.
It's the truth.
Have you already? Do you get it issued once you win the robe, or do you have to buy your own robe?
We'll figure that out, God willing. I guess after tomorrow, about this time, we're ready for the polls to kick off. We've been. I guess I was telling somebody yesterday. We've been knocking on doors since January 28th.
I remember the day you started.
October 3rd made 1 year of job shadowing in Justice Court 2 or 3 days a week. So we feel like we've been all up in it for well over a year. And again, tomorrow's just, I hope, the culmination of all that hard work, finding out what the people want, because it's our time to talk. If you're not registered to vote, that's one of the most discouraging things that I see when you have that voter roll. You're in neighborhoods, you're knocking on doors, and you're thinking, yeah, this person, they're going to be registered to vote, and they're not. Or somebody, that's a real loudmouth, for lack of better terms, that hadn't voted since 2008. That kind of gets on your nerves.
Right.
And that's like the prior speaker. We got people overseas that are fighting for that right. Let's get out, rain, shine, sleet, or snow, but it looks like it's going to be some nice weather to get out and vote, so there's no excuse.
No, there's not. And as the Lieutenant Governor mentioned a moment ago, half maybe will show up. And a lot of times when there's not a lot of excitement in an election, it's even less than that.
Yeah. And that's a shame. Like I say, when men and women are fighting to protect that right, use it.
Here's your first question. Bob says, Nick, how much for a get-out-of-jail card? Asking for a friend.
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't got that in there yet to figure out what a get-out-of-jail-free card costs, but I'll get back with you, Bob.
Let's see here. Domestic violence also in justice court.
Absolutely.
We're getting there. And let's see, we had another comment here. Where was it there? Sea Rock City. Yeah, it's a lot that goes on that will come before this office. And that's why it's important to choose this correctly.
Absolutely. And, justice court is the only court that you don't have to have an attorney present. So I think it is imperative that you elect somebody with common sense, because if you have your ducks in a row and you come before a judge that has common sense, you don't have to have an attorney necessary.
As we mentioned a moment ago, that can get expensive quick.
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
So this has been, when did you realize hey, I want to run for this? Because this is, because you've been working on this really a year.
Absolutely. I decided October 1st that I wanted to make a difference. And the reason I decided to do this, Lauderdale County has allowed my family for 47 years to serve, the citizens of Lauderdale County through our various restaurants.
And back up on that, you say that, and there's a lot of folks, me and Greg happen to know it because we like
so
food.
you can look at me and tell I like the footlongs.
But for the folks that don't know, tell everybody what you own.
We own, my family and I own the Subway sandwich shops here in Meridian and Lauderdale County and the surrounding counties. I also own Nick and Al's on Highway 19 North. Half owner of Tate's Fireworks Fireworks. I'm half owner of Pigeon Tails Crawfish, amongst other small businesses
Right.
in Meridian. And I kind of say all that to say that we're invested in Lauderdale County. I don't have a...
You owe everybody. You can't go.
Absolutely. And I don't have a plan B if Lauderdale County doesn't start going in the right direction. And that's the reason that I wanted to put my hat in the ring.
That makes a lot of sense
Wants
there.
to make a difference.
Absolutely.
And that's what it takes is people that care from our community to get out and run for offices and change things.
That's right.
Oh, boy. Now, polls will be opening up tomorrow morning. We got more coming up with Nick here. 7 a.m. is where it all starts. Oh, and I had another message that came in. The Meridian Police Department wants to know, is your wife planning on having another wreck anytime soon?
We hope not, because we don't want to stop traffic again, like they're over there by Lamar School.
Did you see the pictures of that?
No, I did not.
Traffic was backed up a quarter of a mile.
When is it not back? That's why.
But they were all
late.
they were all looking at his wife, though. The wreck was cleared up. Everybody was thinking, was she going to stay
Still
there?
staying there?
Yeah.
That was so funny. I was getting dressed, and I heard you go on. I said, Shalee, get up here and let's rewind this. And I think Scotty Ray's talking about you on the TV.
It was funny. Thankfully, nobody was hurt in that
Absolutely.
little fender bender.
She probably didn't think it was that funny.
Oh, yeah. She's got a good sense of humor.
I got this great picture that I hadn't put together yet of her at the accident, and I've got Snoop Dogg and a whole bunch of other people looking on. I hadn't
You have
finished
to
the
do
picture.
that.
You don't need to go to court. You may end up in jail.
I have to recuse myself.
That's right. That's right.
We'll be right back. More coming up with Scotty Ray and Greg as Odie has the morning off. Nick Lisi is in the house as we get ready for 11/7, the day to vote. Sheriff and a whole bunch of other races are coming up tomorrow.
7A to 7P.
We'll be right back.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and there's something magical about the holiday season and Al's Garden and Gift. Maybe it's the gorgeous lawns filled with vibrant winter flowers, or maybe it's the beautiful winter wonderland Christmas shop. Unique themed trees, decorations, ornaments, nativity sets, snow globes, and more. There's even custom wreaths, gourmet foods, gift baskets, and gifts galore. Once you see it, you'll believe. Al's Garden and Gift, the most magical shop around.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Transportation Commissioner Willie Simmons spent 27 years as a member of the Mississippi Senate, where he served as chairman of Highways and Transportation. Commissioner Simmons understands the importance of working with federal, state, and local leaders to upgrade East Central Mississippi's infrastructure. Willie Simmons is not done yet. On Tuesday, November the 7th, let's continue to invest in our infrastructure like never before by re-electing Willie Simmons as Transportation Commissioner.
Willie would like your vote, too. We had him in several times. Real nice guy. Cares about the community. He's done a lot for us. If you were ever driving down I-20 and thought, sure is dark in Meridian, he brought light to the city.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one that got that money funded for Meridian.
Oh, okay.
Did. Oh, we got a couple things that happened over the weekend. We had a female that was robbed, Greg. This would happen on 8th Street. She was coming out of a store, had a little cash in her hand, and what do you think happened?
Somebody wanted it more than she did.
Now, she wasn't hurt. But still at the same time robbed there. This would happen at 8th Street and 30th Avenue. It's okay, we have to report on this stuff, but thank heaven she wasn't hurt.
Right.
And this is one of those things, you know this more than I do of being around law enforcement. When somebody approaches you like that, $15 ain't worth fighting over. It's not worth your life. Okay, Greg would. He ain't taking my money.
No, it's got to stop somewhere.
It does.
I mean, enough's enough.
All right. Also, let's go here. We had a stolen car recovered in Lauderdale County as we pull this one up, Greg. Look at this. 22nd Avenue and 20th Street.
Where were they going?
I don't know where they were going, but they got caught. 4 of them jumped out of the car and commenced to running. They did catch one.
You reckon he squealed?
I think he squealed like a pig. Somebody's going to be knocking on doors in a minute.
That's right.
More arrest warrants being issued. But the car was stolen. This all happened within a 30-minute period. The car was stolen. Another officer seized the car. hits the blue lights, and when the blue lights come on, it was like when you go in a light switch comes.
Right.
I won't.
But I don't, it seems to be more and more stolen vehicles here lately. But
It is.
With modern technology, I don't get it. Used to they could hot wire a car, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, now if the key fob is in your pocket, ain't nobody getting your car.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Here's a thought: take your keys out.
You have
Take your
to.
key fob. But I don't know. Again, just my
Two small thoughts there.
yeah.
Well,
same
I made the rounds last night because I thought, who would want that car? I mean, it does. My Lincoln has got a dent, and I thought, it'd be bad without it. So I took the keys out last night.
That's right.
But that's what happens a lot of times in gas. This is going to increase in between now and Christmas.
Yep.
You leave it running while you get gas, or even to the point it's going to be cold where people crank the
Oh
car.
yeah. Let them warm up, get the ice off the windshield, and
Whoop, it's gone.
And look, my truck's got 469,000 miles. My wife hopes it gets stolen because that's the only way I'm getting another one.
fills it up with gas and parks at the
Leaves
end of the drive.
That's it.
Somebody take it. It's always those that you could leave the key in with it running. If you wanted to take it, nobody would think, I ain't taking that. That ain't nice enough. LaWanda, good morning to you there. Let's see, we had an overnight accident. This would be also, as we pull this up, Greg, this would be in the area of I-20 and 22nd Avenue. One driver was detained because they might have been partaking of a certain substance.
Well, that may be one of Nick's first cases.
Well, that is one thing that I've learned sitting in justice court. I've been on the side of justice court, whether it be an employee might have stolen misdemeanor amount of money from me or a bad check that I've received. I've been in justice court for that many times before getting involved. But that stuff like that, DUIs, I learned a ton because I thought it would just be the majority of DUIs, just be a good old-fashioned DUI. Nowadays, it's probably 50% or more that are DUI other.
Meaning as in
That's right.
It could
medication.
be medication, could be marijuana, could be drug, could be prescription drugs. And I see a lot of that come through, and I'm going to say the word, maybe they're ignorant to the fact that these prescription drugs can affect them.
Well, like who hadn't gone to the dentist
Right.
and gotten a shot and they
That's
give you a
right.
pill and you think,
Well, and the thing, I got a bottle with my name on it. I'm supposed to take it.
Right.
Surely this is not breaking the law. Yeah, I get that. I understand.
but that can get you into trouble.
That can get you into trouble, and as far as the law is concerned, that's considered just as much as a DUI as if you're drinking alcohol
right.
and driving, because it still affects people's lives.
Wow. Y'all think about that. That's a pretty serious one there.
Absolutely.
And let's face it, there's some people that just don't need to be driving, period.
Oh, you ain't lying. You are not.
My
ever lying.
wife would say that I might be one of those. I had one of the current sitting justice court judges pulled me over many years ago for going too slow down Highway 19 at 11:30 in the day. I'm the guy that you're mad at going to work because you're late, and I'm not because I'm early.
Let me just ask y'all, how do y'all feel about horns? In the South, traditionally, it's just impolite to blow your horn.
That's right. Unless somebody's in the yard and
That
you're
you know.
waving, you
That's
got
right.
to blow the horn.
That is
and
like
wave.
a last resort
right.
for me to ever use that button. Even when somebody pulls out, I don't get on it. How about you, Nick? Do you use it?
I'm the same way unless it's an emergency. Like somebody's about to hit me, I'll lay on it then. But
Yeah.
I'm not. Somebody just pulls out in front of me, I'm not going to lay on the
But
horn.
I've noticed at red lights that there are people that are just obnoxious.
They,
with
yeah.
they
it.
can't wait. It's like
That's
the
it.
drag strip. They're waiting on the light to turn green so they can blow the horn at the car in front of them.
See, and I'm the guy you hate to get behind if you're that person because I'm going slow.
Oh,
I'm that guy.
You know,
would
and I
be
brought
mad.
this up. I was in downtown Berry White Country, down in Clark County. I went to pay some land taxes, and we all know where the courthouse is. I mean, how busy can it be at the Clark County Courthouse?
Right.
But I got a horn blowed at me.
Well, a lot of times it's just because you're famous, being popular.
Oh no, they were.
It wasn't a famous on.
And I was in this little ugly Toyota car that I had borrowed. It was real ugly. It was real ugly. So it took me from the courthouses here to that next red light on Main Street. Man, I got up to 3 the whole way. And so then we get there and the light turned green and I thought, I'm going to wait a second. I let it turn green. She got on it again.
They did it again?
They did it again. So all the way from there to Highway 45, speed limit got up to, I think, 40 once. We stayed at 25 the entire way.
You sure it wasn't Barry behind you blowing the horn?
They gave him lights in Clark County, unlike Meridian. Woo, woo, woo. But I just, truthfully, in the South, if you're visiting us or watching this from somewhere else, it's just not polite to use that unless it's an emergency.
It's not polite to use it in anger, but
Right.
it's common if your neighbor's cutting grass, you got to blow the horn.
Absolutely.
And you know, and it's impolite not to wave back. Well, these new zero-turn lawnmowers,
You can't let
you'll
go.
get hurt. I'm just telling you. I live on a major highway with a very steep bank
You're
in the
right.
yard. You let go of one side to wave, next thing you know, you're in the ditch.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
And it's funny, different parts of the country. My dad's family's from up north in
Yeah.
Connecticut. Majority of them live in the United States. Now they live in Connecticut. And they'll come for Christmas and they'll ride with me. And, just when you pass a car, I know how I am. When I pass a car, I wave. I wave at all of them. And we're out in the country and my Uncle Mario says, Nick, do you know everybody? I was like, no, I don't know everybody. It's just what we do. When you pass a car, you wave.
And let me ask this since you brought that up. What do they call a Coca-Cola?
A soda. A pop.
You get north of that Mason-Dixon line, and it gets really confusing of what a pop is, because I don't know what it is. I always thought it was a lollipop when I was visiting.
Yep.
Everything here is a Coke.
That's right.
It don't matter if it's a Mountain Dew or what. Hand me a Coke.
When they say Coke, what kind of Coke you want? You go, well, give me a Dr. Pepper today.
That's right.
We're just trying to educate folks.
That's right.
Y'all don't rush off. We're going to go back in history. More from Nick coming up, and more teachings. We'll be right back with all this morning.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigerator. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator, from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Greg Chatam from Greg's Fireworks. I have a question. You got the hat. How come you don't have a shirt like Nick? Let's see, Nick, there's no doubt what Nick is running for. How come I don't see a Greg's Fireworks over here on this shirt?
Well, I don't have but one, and I was scared I would get something on it. So, I'm saving it for closer to the time.
Oh, we're going to get your wife back on that one and let her order you a shirt there. A lot of anniversaries. I see that Randy, Shelton, and Alicia are having a birthday today. 35 years. No, it was on the 4th. That's a heap of them.
That's right.
Even got me beat. Yeah.
And all to the same woman.
It is, all of them. All right, let's go back in time. It would be 1860 upon this date, and it would cause a little division because this went on. They kept saying, y'all do that. We ain't getting along with y'all no more. Well, they went and done it. 1860, Abe got elected as president of the U.S. of A. Did make everybody real happy just south of the Mason-Dixon, which would cause this next little thing in history to happen. It would be 1861. They'd say, we want this old boy to represent us. Yeah. And that's the way it was. It would be Jimmy Carter before he would have a country again. Did you know that?
Nope, I had no clue.
Jimmy Carter gave him back his citizenship to the United States. He was a man without a country, as well as Robert E. Lee for many, many, many years. Gave everybody else theirs, but those two did not get it.
And that was all caused by the War of Northern Aggression?
That was it. Okay. It happened that way, 1860. And Abe, have you ever, I don't have a picture of him. Did you see him without the beard?
No.
He was kind of homely, and it was a little girl.
Oh yeah, he had that pointed chin.
Yeah, and that little girl wrote him that letter and said, "You would be better off growing a beard like my uncle so and so." And he stopped the train and went and visited that little girl when he was going somewhere and thanked her for the note, and he had a beard after that.
Had a funny hat too.
He sure did.
No.
Boy. All right, let's go back to, and I know you know this.
Absolutely.
You're one of my favorites. You ever heard of Nick, do you know the song Waterloo? Let's look at his face. See if you know.
I don't.
You don't. What about, Leona, Leona? Do you know that one?
Yes, I've heard.
And probably one of the biggest songs that most people will know from this guy, Stonewall Jackson, was born on this day, and don't be angry.
Don't be angry.
With me, darling.
BJ the DJ, about the fellow with the slick tires.
Yeah.
Killed going to work that morning. Yeah.
Mary, don't you weep no more. It just, and this was just some of the Smoke Along the Track was one of my favorites there. As you go back, Dwight Yoakam re-recorded this, but Stonewall Jackson, 15 years and still got life to go.
That's right.
Ain't nothing like getting put in jail.
Music. They don't have music. All-time greatest movie that there's ever been. I have a copy of it in my safe just in case something was to happen.
Well, I mean, it could be that this thing that happens here and you couldn't get any more movies, and I agree with putting this in your safe. She was probably in the 1970s right behind Farrah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't get Farrah to play the part or have a part in the movie. But Sally Field was born on this date in 1940. Frog.
Yep.
And you say, for those of you who don't know the movie, how'd she get the name? Greg, how'd she get it?
She jumped.
Yeah, she jumped right out of the car.
That's right.
So
and
he
then
gave
jumped
her.
in the back and jumped back in the front.
What's she wearing now? If everybody remembers the.
Daddy, my hat blew off.
First thing I do when I get home is I'm going to slap your mama. There's no way that you came from my lords. That truly was one of the best. You know, that thing started out with like a $13 million budget.
Right.
And they scaled it back to $3 million.
It was low budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the biggest grossing movies.
And the Pontiac, they were about to scrap the Trans Am. And that took the Trans Am from nothing to one of the most popular vehicles.
Now, with that being said, how come you don't have a Trans Am at this
Have
point?
you priced one? 30, 40, 50 grand for
Wow.
a Bandit special, right? I mean, and used to they were on every used car like Meridian, $2,500, $3,500.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, of course, that was a long time ago, but
At that point in time, I couldn't afford the 45.
absolutely, it might as well have been 50,000 back then.
But nowadays, y'all, they're just skyrocketed. So if you've got a 77 Trans Am to about a 80, those are the sought after with the T-tops. If you don't have T-tops, don't even come to the ball game.
That's right.
You can't hang out and try to switch drivers.
That's
Back in 1976, and I know everybody in the room knows this was the number one song today. Keep on a-rockin' me, baby.
Miller Band.
I think even if you listen to country, you couldn't help but know the Steve
Well,
Miller
that's
Band.
good Southern rock and roll.
Yeah.
I can't throw rocks at that.
Yeah, big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far away. I like them. 1984, we would have an election, and we would find out who won on this date. And he would be an old boy there that used to be the governor. Well, he even was in a movie or two.
One of the best presidents we've ever had.
Ronald Reagan defeated Walter Mondale. And it's almost, you're forgotten after you lose the presidency. You're never thought of again.
That's
true.
Yeah.
And didn't he have that? Was he the one that had Geraldine Ferraldo or Fierro as a running mate, the first female? If I ain't mistaken, he did.
Well, that was a long time ago.
She was like the head of IBM or something, and she got to be a running mate there. I don't know much about this young lady. This is more Nick's style, I think. You remember this girl, Emma Stone?
I've seen her picture before, but I wouldn't know her.
I think she's a movie star.
Yeah, she of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, she's not a Sally Field. Let's go ahead and put this out.
Definitely.
Okay, what would you call, since we're on this, what would you say is the funniest scene out of Smokey and the Bandit? Would you say
You sounded so much taller on the radio. That and when he comes out of the bathroom with the toilet paper on his glasses.
That's where I was going to go, was with the toilet paper.
Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
And then she rolls up that toilet paper and takes it back inside.
Daddy, and is somebody chasing you? Nobody chasing me. Jackie Gleason was awesome.
He was.
He done.
Do you remember when the little state trooper in Mississippi pulled him over and he informed him not to use that language in front of his young?
In front of my boy.
I love that.
Daddy, I want some hush puppies.
You just can't make this stuff up.
No.
Oh, all right. Let's go back to 1990. No one ever thinks of this guy anymore. But back in the early 90s, he truly was one of the king of night hosting, I guess you could say.
And was a very good actor. I mean, if you remember, what was it, Harlem Nights? There were 2 or 3 that he was very talented.
He got a Hollywood star today on the Walk of Fame there, Arsenio Hall. He owned the night times back in the 1990s. Jay Leno and them really didn't have anything on him. The Arsenio Hall show. And now he's one of those kind of like Johnny Carson. When he checked out, he left.
Love me some Johnny Carson.
Yes, sirree. Now, one of my all-time favorite TV shows that ever made it there, Jack. He always got the bad guy. He may have to take the president out to get there, but he did it. Do you remember watching 24?
Nope.
Never?
Never seen it. Honestly, I never
seen it.
I
really, oh, man, where have y'all been? Jack Bauer?
I probably didn't get that station. We had to get up on the house and turn the antenna.
He's a FBI agent who fights terrorists, and he's saving the world or the United States every day. And the show goes in a 24-hour period for one season, and it's incredible. And Jack will do whatever it takes, whether it's legal or not, to get the bad guy. You'd like it. We lost one of the greats of country music on this date back in 2007. Anybody remember the name Hank Thompson?
Yep.
I'll have a 6-pack to go.
Absolutely. Had one of the clearest voices you could understand every word he sang. That's what I liked about him. You could understand what he was saying.
And I think you fall into the category of like me, and probably, I don't know what you listen to, Nick, over there, but music has really taken a different trend these days. It's not what it used to be.
Off a cliff. I'm sorry.
My wife, I love country music. That's all I listen to. And my wife would probably wish I would listen to some other things, but that's just what I listen to. That's what I prefer to listen to. And even today's country music is not country music.
It's not.
Most cases.
No, it's not.
You know what I learned this weekend? I was sitting there, and I love me some Jim Croce. Bad Leroy Brown. Do you know the story behind that?
No.
He actually served in the military with a guy named Leroy Brown. And he said the guy was bad. He said one day they're sitting in the barracks and he goes, I want to go home. He got up and left. And he goes, the guy went AWOL. And he said he didn't understand that he couldn't just leave the military.
That he had signed some papers.
Right. And they went to the south side and arrested Leroy Brown. And the whole song was written about the things that he learned from Leroy Brown.
Leroy going home.
Funny. I didn't know that. That's funny.
So thought y'all might want to know that.
Absolutely.
More coming up.
Jim, did he do the
operator?
Horse? What about who did the horse with no name?
Oh, and that was somebody else.
Okay.
I rode through the desert with a horse with no name. I didn't get it.
Why didn't they name the horse
right.
in the desert? I mean, I'd call him Sandy or something. I mean, come on.
Now, Jim, if you remember, Don't Mess Around with Jim.
Yeah.
You don't spit in the wind. You don't pull on Superman's cape.
Yeah.
And then he done Operator. Mm-hmm. It seemed like there was something else that Jim Croce done. Oh, you're getting answers there. America done that horse with no name thing.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It just didn't do it for me.
I'm sorry, not.
And have you ever listened to Hotel California?
Yeah.
What is it telling you? Is it the devil? What is that? Nick, your take on it?
You know, I mean, I think it's that's the way I've always took it is this the devil and you're in the hotel and you can't leave.
You can check in, but you can never check out.
Check out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's how I take it. I could be wrong, though.
That's the way that I interpreted the song as well. So, excuse me there. But like you take You're the Reason God Made Oklahoma, it's kind of point blank. You understand it.
And
that's right.
There's a story that goes from a beginning. It tells something.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about the modern, what I call modern music. It makes no sense. They say the same 4 words 23 times in a row and they call it a song. I don't get that.
I agree with you. Conway Twitty, and he said that when he broke into you've never been this far before?
Yeah,
Boom,
you knew
boom,
exactly
boom.
what was happening. And hello, darling. I mean, come on. But now we got you make my speakers go boom, boom. I mean, come on.
And they figured out how to make a bunch of money on it. It makes me feel real stupid.
They're making millions.
That's right.
We can't figure this out.
All right, more on the way as I have to turn down the heat because it's getting hot up in here. We got to turn that heater off. We'll be right back with Scotty Ray and Greg.
This November the 7th, make your vote count. Clark County deserves a sheriff who understands the heartbeat of our community. I'm a lifelong resident, a dedicated family man, and a trusted pillar of Clark County. I know what it means to protect and serve as a community leader. Our livelihood depends on the strength and integrity of our law enforcement. So on November the 7th, vote for Anthony Chancellor for Clark County Sheriff. Together, we can build a safer, stronger community for us all.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Well, as we talk about good folks, Snowden & Company is there. They sell a bunch of houses, and a young lady that kind of runs the operation. Her name is Amanda, and if you need a home or selling a home, make sure you talk to her before anything happens. Now, she's got a lot of great employees. She heads it up, and they're all honesty. That's what they do there. I've known her since she was a baby girl. And your daddy. It doesn't get any better than that. If you need a home, just see why so many people use them here. You can go from Dalewood, and let me hit the right button where you can see all this, Newton County, Clark, and they've expanded to where you can do this over in Flowood and those areas there, Brandon, 453-3937. No matter where you're selling, building, adding, they do it all at Snowden & Company. You'll see these signs in all the yards right there in the left-hand corner. Talk with her. She'll fill in all the blanks there. Make it easy because let me tell you, when you go to the bank, it's about yay thick.
That's right.
Whole bunch of papers. They'll walk you through it and take care of it on that. We need to give that a boy. I had a call yesterday afternoon that said, hey, there's somebody here and I don't know what to do. They called dispatch and Lauderdale County dispatched 2 deputies to Highway 19. It was an elderly man, older age, confused as to where he was, and we wanted to say, wrong button. Let me pull this up where we can say this. A thank you to our deputies that went out and helped this guy right here. They went out and got the fellow on his way there. Big thank you to these 2 deputies that came out and done this. It takes a lot of dedication to be a deputy and do what you do, but a big thank you to them, Deputy Woodall and Cox, for doing that.
And that's awesome. I mean, that happens a lot more than we realize. And so many times our law enforcement gets a bad rep for the other things they have to do.
Right.
But they go out of their way a lot of times to help. If it's changing a tire, if it's helping somebody elderly. But now the elderly lost like that, we have a lot more of that than people realize.
He'd walk down the road, didn't know where he was,
That's
that
right.
type thing. And they got him, took the time, talked to him. All I got to say is Santa Claus is watching you as we pull this up. Because we had another home shot this weekend. I thought we'd bring this up. 47th Avenue and 7th Street is where all this would happen. He's watching. That's why I put that there. Shame, shame. He's going to keep up with you. And one more notable event, we had a car shot over the weekend also. Well, they wasn't happy with just shooting a house. We had to go find a car to shoot. We found that one on 5th Street and 46th Avenue. This is 5th Street here. We've had a lot of things. If you remember, somebody was shot right there in that exact spot. What, a week, 2 ago?
Well, about a week and a half ago.
Yeah. So a lot of activity here east of Highway 19, that direction down there. So y'all be careful if you're traveling through those areas of town. Sometimes taking a shortcut's not the best thing to do.
That's right.
I'm just telling you.
That's right.
Nick, you want to urge everybody to come vote tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Please, like I said, no matter what, whether you vote Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. Get out and exercise that right to vote because, again, you don't have the right to complain. You don't have the right to say a whole lot if you're not willing to get out and vote. Tomorrow's going to have great weather. There's no reason, to not get out and vote. I urge you to, do your homework on your candidates. Understand what you're voting for because you do have a say-so in sheriff, justice court, supervisors. You get a vote and you get a say-so of who's going to be in charge of these positions. So please do come out and vote tomorrow, and I'd appreciate you to vote for Nick Lisi for justice court judge of District 1.
Yeah, make sure to do that. And also, we can't leave out Lauderdale County. One of the undecided things is going to be coroner.
Absolutely.
Who's going to come get you when that day happens? Well, you got Stella and you got Rita Jack. Those are the two choices on that tomorrow. Vote on that. Sheriff's race is going on in Lauderdale County, all the way around. As we look to south of us, Clark County.
That's right.
Big race there for sheriff.
Big coroner race in Clark County.
Yeah, it is. Barry's up for that.
That's right.
He's banking on it. What's his slogan?
I want to see you dead.
That's what I heard.
Well, I know he got rid of his cows, so he's got plenty of time to do it. Got rid of the whole herd.
Oh, sure did. We tried to give him some goats Friday, but he wouldn't take them.
Well, he may get them anyway.
And I don't know how y'all feel about these elections, but these in Clark County, Meridian, these are the most electric elections I've ever heard of. I've never been involved in one, but I mean, they were some killer races from sheriff to justice court to coroner. I mean, it was really an electric race, in my opinion, and anything I've ever heard of or ever been involved in, for sure.
As you mentioned, electric in Clark County. Let me pull this up and show you this picture. This one on Howard Industries was there Friday.
That's right.
Now, this could be major for Clark County. What they're doing, Howard Industries is investing transformers. They build them.
Right.
They're going to guarantee 200 jobs. If new federal guidelines happen to these transformers, which everybody thinks is going to happen, they will have 1,000 jobs in Clark County. 1,000 jobs.
That's awesome. I mean,
that's huge.
That's
huge.
Big.
And this will change everything. We were talking about the mills that disappeared down there.
Right.
The people that will be able to get a job.
That's right. It'll be a game changer for that county because when Burlington left, that really hurt.
Yeah.
Well, it basically shut down Stonewall.
Yeah, it sure did.
It'll be a game changer for there and for here. I mean,
That's
those
right.
1,000 people, they're going to spend their money in Lauderdale County and Clark County. So I think it's a big win-win for everybody.
That's right.
So, the different agencies that watch us and that bring in development, y'all really work hard. This can be done. North Mississippi seems to get a lot. Jackson area, Hattiesburg. Meridian area needs a little love. This is a start.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, we got so many highways and trains and airports that come out of here. There's no reason.
With the infrastructure we have, and like you say, the Interstate 20, 59, 39, 45, we've got the highways and we've got the railroads. I mean, but like Nick said, the closer it is to us, the more we all benefit.
Absolutely.
Now, I got to brag on somebody. I went to this on Friday, and I got the video of it. You can watch the whole video. As we go to Meridian, we had Randall Davison with us last week. What a good fella he is. But he goes the extra mile to help youngsters all the time. Christmas, that's going to be coming up before long, and also back to school. But this little fella here touched his heart, and each year they've been giving him a promotion. He's a little fella here. Spivey is his name. Mississippi Highway Patrol came out. They read the proclamation and made him a major on Friday and promoted him within the police department. And so we just wanted to say thank you to everything the chief does there, Mayor Gill. It was touching. It truly was.
Yeah, my hat's off to the chief. I mean, if you've never met, he has a heart for his community. I mean, he really does. That man cares.
Now, this is almost, and I say this because I left here in a hurry on Friday morning. Right. I got a text that said, "Whoop, we got a boo-boo." It's almost like that movie. And Nick, you ever watch that movie, Final Destination?
Absolutely.
No matter what you do, death is trying to follow you. This young lady, it's a miracle she was not hurt bad. Let me show you some pictures of where I was Friday morning. This is I-20 right in front of the Welcome Center. She is coming to Meridian. This is the other side of the highway. About a half a mile back, an 18-wheeler she met lost its axles, and it flew off underneath the truck, jumped the highway, and that tire went through her windshield. And let's just take a look here of what that done. She had to be pulled out of the truck. Rescue had to go out. Meridian Fire Department showed up, and the rescue units there as they're putting the jaws of life and everything back in there. But she ended up being okay. In the end, they had to pry the dash off of her. Now, y'all think about this. Had that been a car?
Like a minivan full of children? Yes, absolutely. That could have been so bad. But it goes to show you, too, that you can be going down the road doing everything right, and bad things can still happen. You've got to watch.
Yes.
All the way around you all the time. This lady she was minding her own business going down the road.
So a big thank you to everybody that showed up on that. I was just going back through the pictures here to see if there was a different angle. Here's the inside of the cab of the truck there. What it done was it moved that whole dash in on her. She was pinned underneath here, and they had to get in there with a pry bar and push all that back out. Whew.
That's scary.
It is.
That's scary.
Miracles happen every day.
That's right.
More coming up in just a moment.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and now having 4 kids of my own, the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Lisi.
When you gear up and journey out, nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power. 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building it, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
And as we look to the farm supply, exit 151 right off the interstate. Now, there's a lot of folks doing this little thing called hunting right now. And the Lauderdale County Farm Supply has everything that you need. Hunting supplies here. If you've got 1 cow, 2 cows, or if you've got 50 in your herd, they take care of that. Farming, working around your house. If you need some gardening equipment, they've got that. And as we move into the fall of getting everything kind of tucked away with hay or straw, maybe you need it for a pup as weather is going to turn back cold again and you need a little pine straw or some hay to keep them warm. Go by and get you a bale. They'll take care of you, get it all loaded up. They got a lot of folks working on the dock. They work hard for a living. They're there for you. See them today. Corn, horse feed, all of that good stuff there for you. If you name it, they've got it there, including all these Christmas ornaments that you may need. Farm Supply, exit 151. Drop in today and visit with them. They'll be glad to take care of you. We're getting a message this morning. We got a fire on the 1000 block of Bonita Drive, flames visible from a home. I just got that in. When we get more details on that, we'll pass that along. Whew, have mercy, have mercy, have mercy.
Starting early.
It is, it is. Nick, as we get into this, let's recap this. You're running for Justice Court Judge. For anybody that doesn't know you, tomorrow is the day. Tell them a little bit about you and why they should vote for you.
Again, I go back to us being invested in Lauderdale County. All of my businesses, my Subways, my Nick and Al's, fireworks stores, crawfish shacks, everything's here in Lauderdale County. I don't have a plan B if we don't get Meridian and Lauderdale County moving in the right direction. So, again, I ask for your vote tomorrow, November 7th. I want to say August 8th. That's still beating in my head, but November 7th, I want to ask you for your vote and your consideration. And just like I said, get out there and vote. We got a lot of important races going on again, and I just ask you to vote for Nick Lisi, Justice Court Judge of District 1.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We appreciate that. This is the man there that can. Well, how many different toppings can you cram on a Subway?
Oh, as many as you want. I think it's about 13 different ones, but you've got who knows how many combinations. I tell you, we had the Subway on NAS Meridian, and when those boys come back and they have not had a good meal in a while, I've seen some crazy combinations of sandwiches out of that restaurant.
When I go to the 19 one, it's you need one called My Mama Sandwich because everything's on it. Hand it to me, I got to go.
That's it.
They always fix it for me. Nice folks, too.
Good.
Greg, we've done a lot. We had a fire on Friday also that I went to. And this is what happens. Y'all be careful. A fire can break out quickly. This was down on C Street, B Street, just off of Highway 39. A big thank you to the Meridian Police Department blocking the road so that the fire department could get in and do their job.
That's right.
Now, I had a young lady tell me, I was standing there, she said she saw somebody run from the house. It was an abandoned home. Most likely, again, we've got probably the homeless staying in these homes and lighting fires to keep warm. And I don't know the solution for that. I do not.
Get a job?
That could be a start there.
We are hiring. We've got all kind of spots. We can glad to help you. That's another thing I see in Justice Court. In Justice Court, people saying they can't pay their fines because there's nobody hiring. We're hiring.
Everybody's hiring.
Everybody's hiring.
So drop it. And we lost a very sweet lady in our community over the weekend. I wanted to pass along condolences to the family of Thelis. She's such a iconic lady in Meridian history here. She was with Winstead Realty for years, and she will be missed.
That's right.
Well, Greg, we've come to the end of our time this morning.
It's been a great morning.
I got to have another coffee because my throat is getting a frog in it.
I want to tell everybody to have a great day. Make somebody smile. Shake somebody's hand. Forgive somebody. Love on somebody. You'd be surprised how much better you'll feel.
It does. It's kind of like the pay it forward thing.
That's right. I guess that's why I love Christmas so much. It just seems people are in a better mood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody but Scrooge. Nick, thank you for coming in and joining us today.
Thank y'all very much for having me.
We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. You coming in again?
Oh, yeah. I'll leave a little earlier.
All right. Y'all come join us. We'll be here bright and early tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.